This is the first time for me to do an unboxing. I've heard about Asean Plant Export for a very long time on YouTube, and I'm not sure how this will turn out. Just to have a bit of background, I ordered this one around a month ago on 15th of September. It took them around 3 weeks to get my order out, and then it has been in the mail for 7 days. They shipped it out last Tuesday and I shipped it with Dragon, and I got this one today, which is on Tuesday. So let's take a look. I ordered 15 plants, all of them are Hoyas, and it's around like 12 different species, but I ordered some duplicates so that I can make a bigger plant. Well, let's take a look. Alright, so I have ordered first pack. Here is Sunrise. So this one here, let's see. I also got myself some water so then I can make sure they can get some humidity. It's a really big plant. Okay, like this one is Sunrise. Okay, it's very soft. It's have to be okay. This is Sunrise. And then let's see, Sipitangensis. Should be a bigger one. Okay, it looks like, okay, it's like this. It's very soft as well. So hopefully I can make it through. It's a lot of dropping leaves. Yeah, that's Sipitangensis. I would say the size is very reasonable. Okay, and this is Revoluta. I feel the plant is pretty cold. This one here, Sipitangensis. Can show you close up afterwards. And then let me see. I'm just gonna stand. Dischidia. This one I have here. Okay, it is. I think there's still some green leaves. Pretty yellowed. I think maybe it's because of the cold. Okay, let's see it. Make it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think I should have more. Manipurensis. I have ordered quite a few. Okay, like this one. It's a small little cutting. Let's see. Thomsonii. This one actually looks quite alright. It's very succulent, Thomsonii. And then let's see, Collina. Okay, this one, I'm not sure. It looks very, it's really nice color, but I'm not sure if this one is sun stressed or it's yellowed leaf. Soidaoensis. Really hope this one comes in alright. Okay, this one here. This one. I should have 2 more Collina. This one is Manipurensis. Alright. This one is okay. This one. Collina. I have 2 of them ordered. This feels feels cold. Let's hope the water can help it out a little bit. The way they package it is very loose, I would say. Looks alright actually, this one. Still feels it kind of hard. Or I would say not hard, but stiff enough to think it could survive. Okay, this one is another Manipurensis. Super tiny cutting. Looks like it's right. I'm gonna take a look at the roots afterwards, obviously. And then we have another here. Carmelae, this one I really look forward to it. It's super cute. Wow, it's a huge plant too. Yeah, some of them, it's really big. I did not expect it. I think some of them got rotten. I can smell it, and got some yellow leaf, but it's a very big size. I am surprised because I heard a lot about online saying that they don't have a big size and it comes in very small size instead. Maybe they talk about the cutting. This one is Picta. Okay, I have a very special preference of tiny Hoyas. This one here, super tiny. And I have Baku. Hopefully this one make it. At least I have a cutting that survives. Okay, this one, Sp Baku. It's very dry, but it does not look like it's dead yet. So that's and that's it actually. Let me 14, 15. So actually they gave me the full order. I'm pretty impressed because from what I heard online, it's always missing some parts and the quality aren't that great. But I would say it's winter time almost, it's autumn, and to be fair, I think the size are really good. I can give you a close up on what they look like. For the cutting for Manipurensis, unfortunately it's pretty obvious that they don't have roots actually for the cutting, but when I feel the stem it is pretty stiff, so I don't think that part is rotten. So yeah, that's Manipurensis. This one here is Collina. It's also called IR26. It does have some nice roots if you look into it. Well, I would say not nice in the sense that it's not rotten, but when they packed it, I'm pretty sure that this root is alive. It's pretty long, and I can just pick it up and show. Pretty long, and there is a tiny bit of growth of root actually on that part. Let's hope. But at least I think this one on the right could potentially survive. And here is Soidaoensis. It does have a piece of root, but unfortunately this one here is, I believe it's also rotted. But there's a new growth point over here, so I think we can try. Now we move on to a full plant that I bought from Asean. This one is Thomsonii. It's a pretty good root system, I would say. I even find some root hair on the side. First I thought that was root mealies. Maybe they are, but I'll try to take a look at that. But in terms of the leaf condition, they're very succulent. So this one is really good, I would say. This one is Hoya Carmelae. I think it is in a very good condition when it comes to the root system. Obviously, there are many of them got rotten, even on the leaves. But when you look into the roots, they're quite stiff. So I think some of the roots are actually alive. And the plant is huge, I would say, in the size. This one is Hoya Picta. It is a very cute little leaf plant. I really like this one, but I think it's relatively weaker as a plant because the stems are kind of soft, which means that it's pretty rotten. And there's a bunch of these ones. I already cut it and try to test it out and see if they have white sap coming out. Unfortunately not, so those ones are dead. So potentially this one I will have to root it in sphagnum moss with in like a bag. I'm not sure because I haven't done that before. Yeah, but this one not very nice when it comes to the root, but it's a very nice sized plant though. This one is Hoya Baku. The roots are attached, but I think they may not be alive because the leaf is pretty thin. I'll just soak it into the water for a little bit and see if they can reform, hopefully. But I think this one is not an easy one to import. Davidcummingii's roots are very healthy, I would say. I think that's the reason why the leaves looks quite firm. See the roots? Pretty sure some of them are alive, except for the fact that there are some dead mealybugs on one of the leaf. But yeah, I would say this Davidcummingii is a nice specimen. This is Hoya revoluta. I'd say the leaf shape looks so similar to Davidcummingii. Maybe it's a little bit more pointy than the Davidcummingii here, but it's very similar. Or maybe the color, it's a little bit lighter. And for the roots, I would say it's pretty nice. Obviously you see some dried dead roots there, but it's stiff instead of very soft limb texture. Yeah, so this one I think it's an easy one to hopefully thrive. This is Hoya Sipitangensis. It's actually the second time for me to import the same plant from Thailand. Don't think it's doing any good. As you can see, there's barely any roots in such a large plant. This definitely has to be put in sphagnum and probably cut into pieces to root it. I think the reason why Sipitangensis is difficult to import is because it needs a lot of humidity, and apparently the root system is, I'm not sure, maybe it's because this doesn't have any roots. That's why the leaves, I would say this is dead. Obviously I need to try. This one is stiff, but most of the leaves are like this. So I can cut off the stem and see if there's any white sap coming up, but not looking good for this one, unfortunately. With these lobes that could have ants inside. At first, when I ordered this one, I was thinking, I'm not sure if I should include in my order, because what if there's a lot of ants inside? Then my entire parcel will be packed with ants or eat up my leaves. But in the end, they don't have any ants. And I hope that the yellowing or the light lime color of the leaves are how they looked like, because it's very light color. And I would assume that these yellow leaves are no longer alive. In particular, there's no roots. So yeah, I need to think about that. But this is a very good example of how air roots could help the plant. Because of these air roots, this particular cutting here, it looks very healthy actually. But for this bigger one here, because the roots are minimal, which also can see it's actually none, it's not getting enough nutrition or, of course, water. Hoya Sunrise. I think this one is a relatively big, or I would say very big sized, but unfortunately the root doesn't come in nice, and all of the leaf, I would say, are very soft, and for some reason I don't think I can re-thrive most of it. But for example, this one, it actually has grown a new root from the sphagnum moss, so I think Sunrise is a relatively succulent plant, and because of that reason it could be quite hardy. So let's see how much I can actually thrive back. Yes, so this is all of the plants that I purchased. Well, I hope at least half of them can make it. Yeah, and probably I'll make an update on how all of them turned out in, say, a month's time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.